speak to Gary Cahill, who's with Dan Walker.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. We'll be having a word with the captain, and also got the match winner and the man of the match coming over as well, and Kante to come and join us live on the BBC. N'Golo, congratulations. Thank you very much, guys, for talking to us. Gary, it was a big game. It was an important win and another home victory for Chelsea.
Yeah, we keep the momentum going. You know, a change from playing in the league, and you know, I thought we dug in and give a good account of ourselves. I thought it was a professional performance from us today, to be honest. We controlled the game when we needed to, and yeah, job done, we're through.
N'Golo, it was tough at times against the 10 men of Manchester United, but a special goal. You only score against Manchester United.
Yeah, I'm happy to score again. It was an important for the next round, and I'm happy for the win. And for the fan, it's a very beautiful win.
Tell us something about the confidence in the team. It looks, when you watch Chelsea play, it looks at the moment you feel that you can't lose. Do the players feel that?
No, it was difficult. Manchester is a good team. It was a tough game, but we won. I think after the Herrera was sent off, it was more easy, but it was a tough game. We are happy for the win.
Gary, did you see the red card? What did you think of that? Because it was so early in the game, 35 minutes in under Herrera.
It was early, and like N'Golo said, it was a tough game for us today. I think obviously that turned it in our favour slightly after that. So I haven't seen it. I only even got off the pitch yet, to be honest. So I'm not sure, but I just thought that there was a few fouls leading up to that. Maybe slightly silly to go in and make the foul again. You know, we was complaining. We felt Eddie was getting harassed out there early on. You know, there was fouls, many fouls. No dangerous ones, but just little niggly ones. So I don't know. I haven't seen it, but like I said, thankfully for us, it switched in our favour after that.
Just a brief word about having this man playing in front of you. Your match winner tonight as well. Doesn't score many goals, as we said, but does so much about the pitch.
It's been fantastic. I spoke about him last game. You know, performance level is right up there. You see what he did last season. He's come here and he's kicked on again. Such a humble guy off the pitch, works hard, and it is so important for us. You know, especially in the back, we can tell a lot. It's a tremendous addition to the squad, and again, he's won us a game and a goal today, which was great.
I'll finish off by asking you if you have a team you would like to play in the semi-finals, N'Golo.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to go to the next round. Hopefully we can go in final, and yeah, we'll see who we're gonna play.
Anyone you fancy, Gary?
It's tough, isn't it? It's obviously, you know, it's full of the big teams now, and it's going to be difficult. I think obviously if you win this competition, you're certainly going to deserve to have won it. So you're not going to dodge anyone now. It's going to be tough all the way.
Go and turn the telly on. The draw's coming up. Congratulations, gentlemen. We'll see you at Wembley. Well done, boys.
Thought Kante might intercept all the questions there. Philip Neville's gone. It's not because he's upset that Manchester United have lost. He's going to do the draw for us, which will come in just a few minutes' time. Kante, we talked about him. He's an astonishing footballer, and if he starts adding goals to his game, Lord knows how good he'll be.
Well, I think you're looking at the Football Writers' Player of the Year, and you're looking at the Players' Player of the Year. He has stood out above everyone else. Chelsea showed great patience in this move. He went from one end to the other, and it eventually comes to him in the middle of the park. And as I said, we're not used to him scoring too many goals, but he was just absolutely superb tonight. He was all over the park as usual, and when United did win the ball back, he was straight at them and getting it back for Chelsea. Yeah. It was without doubt man of the match.
Different sort of midfield player to you at Chelsea, but he really is something special, isn't he?
I think Alan's right what he said about him. I'd go as far to say he's the best central midfield player in the world on current form. I really would. And
he's left out the Euros, you know, last few games for France.
I know, which is a strange decision.
Lost,
but looking at the way he's performing this year, you know, maybe he's not scoring lots of goals, but what he's giving to the team in the way he's playing, the driving force that he is. I mean, I cannot see anyone out there in world football better than him at the moment.
No, he's extraordinary. Marcus Rashford had the only real chance for Manchester United in the entire game just after half-time.
I don't know what David Luiz was doing there. He did. I would screen out and go on, get in the box where he can't touch it. He went one way, went the other way. Top goalkeepers make big saves at crucial times, and that is a huge save. It's a very, very good opportunity. It was the only decent one they had in the whole game. but it's a top save.
Brilliant. So, and he hasn't had much to do all game. He could be relaxing there, and sometimes your concentration's not there. When he had to do his job, he did it perfectly.
Yeah. Overall, though, Chelsea were, very. I know they had a man advantage, but they were very impressive, moving the ball around like you said at half time.
Yeah, I think so. I think before the sending off, they were starting to take control of the game with their passing, and Hazard was starting to get on the ball. The link up between him and William was really good.
But even in the first half, when we said, well, United went at Chelsea, they didn't have an effort on target, and United's best player was the goalkeeper in that first half and of the game. So although they went at them, they didn't really dominate Chelsea.
No, but Chelsea takes some stopping this season. They've almost won the league already. They're now in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They've got no European football to bog them down. They're going to take some stopping.
That definitely helps European football. You've seen that he's worked very hard on the team, and I think one thing you say with Jose Mourinho tonight is right. This is sandwiched in between two big games for him, but the way Chelsea playing, there isn't a weakness. I can't see a weakness. They were ruthless in how they dispatched, a good Manchester United team who had almost 6 at the back in the second half, and they still created a lot of chances.
And the thing is, you don't get many chances to score against them. Just the one, obviously. I know 10.
That was the one effort that they had on target. It was a big opportunity, but it was a very good save.
OK, well, it's almost time, as promised, for the draw for the semi-finals of the FA Cup. We can head, well, about 10 yards that way, actually, to join Jake Humphrey.
Hi there, nice to see you. Thank you very much for being with us, and a particularly warm welcome to the millions of people who are joining us right now around the world on TV, on radio and online as we find out who will be going toe-to-toe in the semi-finals of this year's Emirates FA Cup. So this weekend we've seen the two North London sides absolutely dominant in their quarter-finals. David Silva inspired Manchester City to a win over Middlesbrough, and we've just seen here at Stamford Bridge Chelsea dominate the game but only just get past a Manchester United side who spent so much of that game down to 10 men, which obviously makes it rather difficult for Phil to be standing alongside us, alongside Ruud Gullit. Nice to see you both. And these two, of course, have got a pretty decent pedigree in this competition. Ruud, apart from a haircut, you don't look any different to 20 years ago.
It was fantastic to be on Wembley, the old Wembley, and I was very proud for my players.
And we have to look quite carefully to see if we can spot Phil. Yeah, there he is.
There we are.
Lifted the trophy. You won it 3 times, so you had a great relationship with the Cup.
Some of my best memories came in the FA Cup. Great days out at Wembley, and Chelsea could be there in a couple of months.
Absolutely. Not a great memory for Manchester United, though, this evening. In some ways, it was a game just ruined by that red card, because although they weren't looking like scoring, Man United were holding their own in that first half.
Oh, they were well in the game. The sending off definitely changed the game, because United had a game plan. As soon as he got sent off, Jose had to change the game plan. There wasn't really an attacking force in the second, apart from the chance from Rashford, which was a massive chance. But apart from that, they were beaten by the better team.
If you've watched the game in here with us, you would have seen that Ruud enjoyed watching the managers as much as he enjoyed watching the matches.
I was just behind them, and the chit chat and the things, try to provoke the linesmen and try to intimidate them, the clash. It was fun to watch.
Antonio Kante, he's making English football look easy, isn't he? 10 points clear at the top of the Premier League, at Wembley already.
I think that what he has up front, he's so strong. And Hazard is unbelievable. Then he had William also. Pedro also, when he comes in. All these little guys who are so quick. And, it's fantastic to watch. And the standard is really, really high.
Yeah, Kante was special tonight, but we're hoping the best performance of the lot comes from you two. It is now time for the draw. As you know, 4 of the biggest names in English football into the semi-finals, and it's going to be over in a flash. So, yes. You'll miss it. Here we go.
OK, we're going to put the balls in there.
Yeah, there is 4.
All of them. Here we go. OK. Here we go.
OK, the first team out, Ruud.
First team out, OK. Number 1.
Number 1, we've just seen them playing here against Manchester United. Chelsea, the first team out, and Chelsea will face...
Number 3.
They will face Tottenham. An all-London clash. Chelsea against Tottenham is the first clash out of the hat.
Number 4.
Number 4, Arsenal, who had that convincing win over Lincoln City, who did so well to make it through to the quarter-finals. And Arsenal against...
Number 2.
Number 2, Manchester City. So there you go. 4 teams, 2 cracking clashes. Gentlemen, that was nice and easy, wasn't it? Thank you very much for your work this evening. These ties will be played over the weekend of the 22nd and 23rd of April. Can't wait for them. Should be 2 brilliant matches.
Certainly should, Jake. 736 teams started out in this season's FA Cup back in August. Now we're down to these 4. And I suppose looking at that, Chelsea-Tottenham. Tottenham are the one side that have caused Chelsea perhaps more problems than anyone else this season, Frank.
Yeah, they did. It'll be a London derby, which will give it an edge, as well as the semi-final of the Cup. I think they're 2 very formed teams at the moment. The difficulty with this is there's another few weeks to go, and who knows, important players, whether they're injured, whether they're fit. I think Chelsea probably sit favourites as it stands. Yeah,
and the other one?
It's so tough to call, isn't it? I mean, I think when the big boys joined the FA Cup in January, I think it got off to a slow start for them, with them leaving a lot of players out, but 4 big hitters in the semi-final, 2 great ties to look forward to.
Certainly are. One team will miss out. That's Manchester United. Let's hear from their manager, Jose Mourinho. He's with Dan Walker.
Thank you, Gary. Jose, thank you for talking to us so soon after that game. Do you feel hard done by? Everyone's talking about that big decision in the first half, the red card.
I don't speak. I just want to say that I'm really proud of my players. I'm really proud of Manchester United fans. And we have a very important match on Thursday, and I want to try to rest a little bit, to try to prepare the team the best we can for the Thursday match, and that's the most important thing.
We were standing right behind you. Do you not want to talk about it because you're so incensed by it?
Excuse me?
Do you not want to talk about that red card because it annoyed you so much? Is that the reason?
You know, everybody, of course, we can analyze in different perspectives. Everyone can do it in a different way, but I think we all watched the match until the red card and after the red card. So, and then we can compare the decisions of these 2 yellow cards, in this case the second yellow card, with other ones that were not given. But I don't want to go in that direction. You know, this season Mr. Michael Oliver, a referee with a fantastic potential, but with Manchester United we were a bit unlucky. In 4 matches, 3 penalties and one red card in such an early moment of the game. But again, I cannot change that. But I can try to interfere in the Thursday match, which is the match that is coming, and now we have to rest.
Can I just ask you, did you speak to the referee after the game?
No, I shook his hand. I told him many congratulations, and there is nothing to speak.
Thank you for talking to us. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, it's sometimes difficult for managers after a game, isn't it? You know, when they push them like Dan was pushing him there, and he probably wants to say something, but can't. What do we make of the decision looking back now?
You can take from that what Jose Mourinho thinks. He didn't say the words as such, but I think it was critical to the game, as you know. The first one's a yellow card for sure. I don't think the second one is for the actual tackle. It is now the circumstances.
That's not the tackle. That's the one just before it happens. The referee, Michael Oliver, talks to the 2 players and warns them, you know, obviously, and then straight after this.
Yeah, which is the fault of Herrera. That's where he has to step off for a second, let the game cool down. He makes the foul. I don't think it's a yellow. No.
Manchester United view, Phil?
I still don't think it's a yellow. The first one is. The second one, I just still think it's really harsh. Considering what we saw in the second half, I think that's a really soft booking. And the referee's got to judge that on its individual merits, not what went on before, but on that individual tackle.
I think it was a very, very difficult game to referee. There should have been at least another 1 or 2 red cards in the second half for things that were going on off the ball.
Yeah, OK. You know, referee ultimately makes the decision. I think we're all pretty unanimous in terms of the man of the match, N'Golo Kante, the match winner as well. He's an extraordinary talent.
He was brilliant.
You know what, I sort of compared him in my head to Makelele last year, and when he came to Chelsea, here's our Makelele, but he's got even more to his game.
Better footballer, isn't he?
You know, he's ended up in areas of the field here. You can see he's out on the right wing late in the game. He's getting in the box. He was in the box before he actually scored the goal, and he manages to come back out of the box 15 yards. I mean,
I mean, he breaks up play sometimes, and then when they counter-attack, he's the one that finishes it up the other end. I mean, his energy is incredible. To take the ball off players all the time with his low centre of gravity. I think he's the most effective midfield player in Europe at the moment. I really do.
They must thank their lucky stars, Louise, Cahill and Azpilicueta, that they've got this guy in front of them, because he takes so much pressure off those three guys. A lot of the time, the way he wins that ball back, the energy that he has is just quite staggering.
Yeah. A lot of people talk about the difference in Leicester this season. He's the most significant reason.
Yeah, it was very obvious, and he showed that the way he played tonight.
Superb.
Very good.
No, I mean, like I said, I don't see anyone with the influence that he has on a team than Kante. Look, like I say, I thought he was a 6, but he's more than a 6. He's a 6, he's an 8 and a 10. He's 3 players in one.
He certainly is. We saw one of those interesting names with Diego Costa. He's always kind of fun to watch in different kind of ways. Had a couple of really good opportunities to score, and then we saw some history on it.
Yeah, that's a sitter. Free header, got to score there. Another sitter here, superb player, whipping the ball across.
Can't get his feet sorted there. He can't quite get his feet ready for it
by a fraction.
But
what about this?
They were having a right go at each other. The whole of the second half was Rojo and Costa. They were trying to wind each other up, and there are lots of parts of Costa's game that I'm a big fan of, but I really don't like that side of it, where he's trying to get players sent off, and that is a stamp which wouldn't surprise me at all. And he should have been sent off for that.
Yeah. Danger of retrospective action with that one, wasn't there?
Definitely. I mean, after what we saw last week at Old Trafford with Tyrone Mings, I mean, you'd think the FA would look at that. Yeah,
we saw Jose Mourinho frustrated a lot of times on the touchline. He doesn't like losing, does he, Frank? I know that from...
he certainly doesn't, you know. And
I think he's telling the Chelsea fans there that he's won 3 titles. Good job he didn't win 2.
True. They understand, and I think they'll let that go, because this is the heat of the moment stuff. We quite like seeing this. We don't want it to go up, overboil and go too much. Here, he's got great pass, slightly off its target, about a yard wide from where he wanted it to be. But you could see the decision in the first half set him going, and then he was bouncing up and down the whole night. It's good that he didn't get in trouble, because we don't want to see that.
Won't affect Manchester United. You can see a steady progress in them, can't you, generally?
Well, there's a progress, and Thursday night they've got another game, and that's probably their priority now.
OK, well, we can hear from Antonio Conte before we go. Here he is with Dan.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Antonio, congratulations. You're into the semi-final of the FA Cup. How impressed were you with that performance this evening?
For sure, a good performance against a team very strong with good players. I repeat, for me, United has the best squad in the league for a lot of great players. And for us, we must be pleased to go in the next round and to beat a great opponent.
Your opposite number, Jose Mourinho, was talking about the red card. He felt it changed the game. Didn't really want to talk about the performance of the referee. I wonder what your take on that red card was of Ander Herrera after 35 minutes.
Yeah, but I think that Hazard started the game and he couldn't play to football. Yeah, I tell only this, and I think all the people look at this and and then judge the situation.
The draw's just taken place. You've got a London derby against Tottenham in the semi-finals. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, but in semi-final, it's normal to the draw. It's difficult. It's difficult, but also in this quarter quarter final was the same. Very difficult against the United. But now we go to Wembley. And we are ready to play against Tottenham, against a really strong team. But now I think we must be satisfied for the result, for what we are doing in this season.
OK, congratulations. We'll see you in the semi-finals. Thank you, Antonio.
What a debut season he is having. We're out of time. Philip, Frank, Alan, thank you very much indeed. Chelsea are through and will face Tottenham in the semi-final of the FA Cup thanks to a goal from N'Golo. Good night.